Devin Gordon with us
at Keene Motorsports Shop here with Kyle Keene.
Sitting here with Sean Keene. We're going to talk a little bit about racing history.
Yep.
What is going on? It is Monday, August 4th, 2025. I am Jimmy here with Jay-Z. We are the Turn 2 Terribles. Thanks, everybody, so much for tuning in tonight. We got a great show for you planned. After a much-needed week off, we are going to cover the past 2 weeks. So we're going to cover BAPS from 2 weeks ago when the Outlaws came to town. We'll also cover Selinsgrove from 2 Sundays ago, plus Williamsgrove, Lincoln, Port Royal from this weekend. Plus, we'll take a look at the week ahead, including the Knoxville Nationals and Lincoln and Clinton County races here in the area, and whatever else comes to mind. As always, thanks everybody who tunes in live here on Facebook, YouTube, or X. Matthew Burge, Santos, Randy, thank you guys so much for tuning in, as always, every week. If you're tuning in live, drop your questions, comments, thoughts in the chat. Helps us. We love having a conversation with you guys. It makes it a lot of fun. We also got the Front Row Challenge at Oski going on right now. We'll be watching that on the side here. We'll give you guys updates. That's on Flow Racing if you have Flow Racing, so check that out. But we'll be probably commenting on that along the way too as well. Jay-Z, it's been 2 weeks. How you doing?
Good, man. It was great to have a week off, to be honest. We were both kind of like, yeah, I think that'll work. But you know what's confusing to me is this race going on tonight. Front Row Challenge, Oski, Oskaloosa, Southern Iowa Raceway. We got 9 names for this thing. I always forget what it is when it comes around, and I'm like, wait, is this at that other racetrack that's sort of like Jackson/Knoxville, but it's not on a weird random weeknight? They do foot races. Like, is that all the same thing, or like it has 9 names? And I guess I get confused every year. All right, we're good. Never mind. Never mind, Matthew. You're the problem. It's you. You're the problem. So, welcome in everybody. Doing good. Excited. Got to the racetrack a little bit this weekend. Saw a couple races, and man, it's a busy week.
Absolutely. Before we get into it, we do want to give a shout out to our friends over at Vertical for Life, supporting the show, helping prevent veteran suicide, giving veterans the resources and support that they need in many different ways. Check them out at verticalforlife.com. Support them. We are also still selling these Turn 2 Terribles decals. Yes, they're $5, but all the proceeds go to Vertical for Life. We have raised a decent amount of money. Probably go. I don't know. We'll have to talk about when, but the next couple of weeks we'll probably keep going with the fundraiser. So let us know if you'd like to donate to that. It's a really great cause. Also want to give a shout out to Paulus Graphics for making these. Shout out to them. Awesome work. If you need any kind of decal work, any graphic design or anything like that, check it out. So let's get on into it. We're going to jump right into BAPS 2 Wednesdays ago when the World of Outlaws were in town. Hot off the heels of the Kings Royal, Anthony Macri keeps it going, leading 24 laps of this thing and getting the win over David Gravel, Bill Baylog, Buddy Kofoid, Brent Marks, Freddie Raymer, Hunter Schoenberg, Garrett Williamson, Troy Wagaman Jr., and Sheldon Hodenshield, 24th to 10th. Your top 10. This was a fun one. There was some Danny Dietrich was fired up because of restarts, getting into it with the Shark Racing team a little bit. A lot of stuff happening, a lot of chaos on restarts, but at the when all dust settled, Anthony Macri was the man once again, grabbing the win.
Yeah, we talked before this race and said, it's not about who's going to win because it was going to be gravel, but it was by how much. And turns out it was about 5.5 seconds between the field, Anthony Macri, David Gravel in the field, right? We took obviously Danny as a favorite as well. He had a really rough night.
Yeah.
I happened to keep an eye on what he had going on, and man, just didn't nothing went right. But we were kind of right on the gravel thing. Just Macri was in front of him, and even during this whole race, Macri was leading, but Gravel never let him get away a whole lot, and it was still like one mistake. That's all it was going to take is one mistake, and this thing was over. Because I think Macri gets to second. I don't know if he gets back to the lead, just with the dirty air, another fast car in front of him. So, man, he did his job. and everybody went home fairly happy except Danny Dietrich and some people in the pit. So um, that was a tough deal. He's not wrong on the restarts. Now, I was not in a position to really see those restarts back there, but from the distance, I could see the craziness happening. The leaders fired, and everything from like in the back half of the field, everybody was just scattered and going all over the place. And by the time they got back to turn one, they were just dooring each other, just shoving each other out of the way. And more than one occasion, I saw Danny get shoved out of the way. Like
Mhm.
every restart, he would lose another 3 or 4 spots because he was just getting punted every time. And not used to seeing that at BAPS for sure. From anybody, he's usually the aggressor, um, and obviously it culminated in the interview that everybody has seen at this point. But we listen, Posse wins. We
Yeah.
went happy.
Yeah, we went undefeated because both Williamsgrove races got got rained out that week. So
Outlaw who?
yeah, where are the Outlaws at? But no, seriously, I mean, Gravel has been really, really good at BAPS. He really
Yeah,
has. I don't think he's finished worse than second now, right? Since they've started
that
coming back here.
sounds right. Yeah,
So like, always really good, always really a threat. Bill Baylog, I think, was outside of Macri, was probably my who I was most impressed by, just because he kind of just I feel like he's always very solid, but he kind of just shows up like here at the podium at like random times. Like I didn't think BAPS would be the place I see Bill Baylog up in the top three, but maybe I'm just ignorant to that fact. You know what I mean? But he ran a great race, ran up there the entire time, looked fast all night. Randy Kopp also said Garrett Williamson is impressive all year. He was also impressive, getting a nice top 10. Hunter Schurenberg, Freddie Raymer, a really solid run. Troy Wogman getting up in the top 10. So there's a lot of really good storylines here outside of all the other chaos, and Anthony Macri winning as well.
yeah. And I wish I wish we were tech savvy enough and had like this intern who could go pull clips because I called Bill Baylog as a favorite, as my dark horse / favorite for this event, and
Oh yeah.
said that he was probably going to do well. And it fits his style. I like it when I'm right, right? I'll admit when I'm wrong, but that one just it felt like a good fit. Bill Baylog and BAPS. It just felt like a good fit, and it really turned out that way. And you mentioned Freddie Raymer and Brent and Hunter. I tell you what, Raymer and Brent were battling in
Mm-hmm.
this feature. The sliders. I mean, Freddie was being ultra aggressive. Um, it was fun to watch. I was like, oh shit, okay, here comes another slider. It was those guys are really getting after it in 1 and 2 where I was standing, and I didn't move all night because I'm like, I don't have a reason to move. Every time they come down through here, someone else is throwing a bomb at someone else. Um, it was I was entertained. BAPS never
No,
rarely lets us down. It
no.
rarely lets us down.
I don't remember the heat races being anything like crazy, but it always ends up producing a great feature,
Yeah.
and that's all that matters at the end. And it was good. The restarts were a little bit of a mess, but I don't think that's that's just a product of double file restarts. I think at the end of the day, I don't know how you police it. I don't know how you make it better moving forward unless you go to single file restarts, which I don't think for the national series at least I don't think they want to go to. So um, it is kind of a weird deal, but when guys are getting run over, because it's something that they probably should try to take a look at least, and try to police a little bit tighter. But I don't know what the solution is. I'm just a dumb idiot, so I don't really know what the solution
It's a
is.
product. It is a product of the double file starts, and a lot of those officials are watching his front few rows, and after that, it's game on, and the drivers know it clearly, and you either bitch about the game or you play the game.
Yep.
So clearly, there's more people playing it than bitching about it. I guess. I mean, I don't ever hear. I haven't heard this being publicly complained about until recently,
Yeah.
right? If it's been going on that long and guys have been doing it for that long, why now? Because
Yeah.
I don't know.
I,
Like
I
it is
think
what it is.
I think one of the eye-opening things was, and listen, people were bitching about Zach Hampton, and I could understand from a driver's point of view, but at the same time, don't hate the player, hate the game. And he was making up positions on every restart because he was going when the leader
His
goes,
job,
and
and it's his job too.
it's his job to go past cars whenever he can.
Mhm.
And there's a couple others that were like that, but Zach Hampton was really the one that stood out. He got himself up, I believe, into the top 10 until he had to pull off, I believe. So, um, yeah, it was. I don't know what the solution is other than going to single file restarts. Let's get to some
Uh,
comments here.
Matt Bird drinking the night. I got sun cruisers. I didn't bring one. I brought. Oh shit. I brought the whole case down,
Brought the whole
the
damn
variety
thing.
pack, just in case. I didn't want to have to get up very often here until I have to use the bathroom. You got some Mick Ultra there.
Yeah, I'm keeping it light tonight with some Mick Ultra.
So that was classic iced tea, and this one will be peach. We'll go with that. That'll be the second one.
Peach
Dude,
one, man, is so good.
it's way too fast, bro. Like this ain't gonna be a long show. I'm gonna end up like Chris here. I'm gonna be. The screen's gonna go off. You're gonna hear me fall off my chair.
Chris said he might try to call in at some point, so that'll be
Nice.
interesting. Amp A, what's up, fellas? Leader goes or starts to go. You go, pussy. You know, we know that one. Congratulations, Ant. We'll talk about that a little bit. Kyle Spence getting the win on Saturday night. Awesome job by those guys. What's up, boys? Billy Dietrich. What's going on, Bill?
Billy, man, I was rooting so hard for him. And we'll talk about Lincoln here in a little bit, but he kind of got hosed a little bit. I saw what happened. Kind of got a little bit hosed. We'll talk about it.
EJ Shoemaker, let's go Sheldon Haudenschild, 2025 Knoxville Nationals champion. We'll see. We're going to talk about that later, too. We're going to talk about our favorites, some of our sleepers, some of our maybe busts going into this week. We'll talk about that as well. Santos says Freddie and Kofoid was the show of the night. Holy Hannah.
Yeah, they were getting after it. They were super aggressive all night. I didn't realize Buddy 10-4 there. I just saw him flash every time in the corner. I'm like, okay, he's still here. He's up near the front. I lost track. I was just trying to so I thought they were going to crash about every time they came by me in turn 1 and 2. So, telling you, Buddy Kofoid, Jimmy, you're going to be on the Kofoid train. The facts can't lie. Ball don't lie, buddy.
I know. I'm not against Kofoid. I just don't think he's there quite yet. He's been great this year. Don't get me wrong. Starting to. It's going to be scary when he does get into his prime. I just don't know if he's the guy where I'm like, hey, I'm picking him over everybody else yet. But he's been super impressive, super good.
Jimmy, we've been friends for a while, and I have you figured out. I can already tell who you do and don't like. Like, you don't like these corporate, clean-cut, quiet, reserved, speak well guys. That's not your style. Because you don't like Chris Bell. You think he's a pussy.
Yeah,
and you don't like him because he sucks.
Yeah.
And you don't like Buddy for the same reason. And that's okay.
I don't dislike Buddy. I like Buddy.
But your dislike is clouding what he's accomplishing right now.
I don't dislike him. I just don't think he's. I don't know. Maybe I'm a hater. Maybe I'm a hater. Oh, I agree. He's having a fantastic season, and he's going to be a guy. You know, if he continues on this track, he's going to be multi-time national champion for sure. But I just don't want to say that he's there yet. Maybe I'm just reluctant.
Fair enough.
Tyler Koenig, here's my take. Have one official look at row 1 through 6. Second official looks row 6 through 12. Someone jumps from row 6 through 12. Don't call the start back. Just make the call and don't do the penalty until the next yellow or red. Kind of like how a lot of those penalties kind of go, right? It's the next flag is when they'll assess the penalty. But that would require them to have multiple officials just dedicated to looking at that. And you probably have to have them in turns 3 and 4. I don't think you could. Can you do it can you do it accurately from the tower? Probably, but I don't know. I agree with you, Tyler. I just don't know if that's something that they want to necessarily have 2 people dedicated to doing.
Yeah, like Tyler, listen, I appreciate that comment because we're talking about the problem. I don't have a lot of solutions. My only issue with that is more officials, more eyeballs, different set of views, different set of it's human. It's a judgment call. There's very little black and white about restarts. We've learned the last few years. It's tough. It is a hard job to do. Now you have 2 different people looking at 2 different parts of the field, having 2 different views of the same thing potentially. That's tough. So listen, there may not be a good solution to it. They can warn the guys all they want, but until someone does something.
I think Randy Kopp here, he says drones, which, I mean, shit, AI and technology is taking over everything, so why not? Maybe there will be a way with technology maybe in the future. The rule right now, though, is leader goes, you goes. You know what I mean? Like, that's literally pretty much... Leader goes, you go, pussy. That's the rule. But but literally though, that's the rule. Is as soon as you see that leader fire, all other 23 or whatever cars can go, and it's just a product of it. So
Yep.
I don't know how you police it. Single file solves it all for sure. EJ says Buddy Kofoid is number 2 in my book. Might not be a good book, but he's done so many big things already. I agree. I'm not saying that he hasn't accomplished anything. I'm just saying he has to prove a little bit more before I put him up above a couple of these other guys that have been doing it for a lot longer. Will I think he get there? Absolutely. He's very close. I'll ask again because I want one if they have them. Does Kyle Spence have T-shirts? I know I have a Kyle Spence shirt. I don't know if they still have the same inventory. Maybe Amp A could help us with that. I don't know if they have new shirts this year.
Watching qualifying, Lucas Wolf is out qualified Anthony Macri.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at that.
He's in third right
Lucas
now.
Wolf P3 right now.
He's not only Anthony Macri, but Kerry Madsen, Parker Price Miller, Ryan Timms, Tim Schaefer. How about that?
I mean, Lucas has qualified well this year. He really has. They've had some good qualifying speed in that race car.
He's only behind McCarl.
Oh
and
my
Larson
God!
Right now.
I don't know where your flow is right now, but look at the number on this 45 car. Look at the
I see that.
4.
It's cut off.
Wait till it comes back around. Look at the side of that thing. Billy, our buddy Billy Rowley is going to have a stroke. Look at that.
Matthew Bird, Jimmy, are you going to Lincoln this way? Jesus. Are you going to Lincoln this weekend? No, I will be at Clinton County. Jay-Z will be at Lincoln. I'm going to Clinton County, possibly both Friday and Saturday, and then Watkins Glen on Sunday. So it might be a pretty cool weekend for myself. But, yeah. Ampe, you literally have cameras all around the track. Have someone in the truck looking at the replays of a start. If you jump at the next flag, you go back 2 spots, yellow or checkered. That'll stop guys from jumping. Yeah, a couple penalties. If they could hunker down on it, a couple penalties probably would.
You know what's funny about this? I was listening to Denny Hamlin's podcast today. He was complaining about the exact same thing in NASCAR.
Yeah.
Guys were laying back at Iowa, and they were going 4 wide in turn 1, and it's their job to get all they can on restarts because they can't pass anywhere else.
Right.
He was complaining about the exact same thing. We're talking about the exact same thing that the top automobile series in the United States is having the exact same problem with. Nothing's going to happen. It is what it is.
Lucas Wolf also out-timed Corey Day. How about that one? Look at that. He's still hanging tough in third.
And Brian Brown.
I'm excited to be going on vacation Wednesday. Knoxville Nationals rookie. Have fun, man. That's something.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Is a bucket list thing that I really within the next. I always say I'm going to go next year, but seriously, like it's a plan within the next 5 years for myself to go to that. Hopefully sooner than later, but we'll see. Ampe, I literally sold the last shirt we had on Saturday. That's what happens when you win, man. Probably won't get any more of this close to the end of the year. Sorry, Santos. It looks like you're out of luck on shirts right now.
Santos, I have a lightly worn Kyle Spence shirt in my inventory. I'm a big fella. I'm an XL. I'll be happy to donate to the boy. So you let me know. I think I've worn it like, I don't know, 5 times.
There you go, Santos. All right, let's move on to Selinsgrove quick. So both Williamsgrove races on Friday and Saturday rained out. We camped out there, had a good time. Sucked that they couldn't race. But I mean, it was so humid and the storms are pretty heavy. It just wasn't going to happen. Wasn't in the cards for Williamsgrove. Sucks that they lost an entire weekend. On top of all, like an entire Outlaw weekend, on top of all the other races that they lost this year. It's been a really tough year for Williamsgrove. But if we remember, I think last year, Williamsgrove had a really good, lucky year with, rainouts too. So it's just kind of how it goes sometimes. But sucks for them. I will say on Saturday, it was just kind of shitty luck because it didn't rain it rained at like 2 or 3. And it didn't rain again until at least 11 o'clock, but it was so humid and everything, and the amount of rain, it didn't matter anyway. But it did kind of suck sitting there, 7, 8 o'clock on Saturday night and nice and sunny, and we weren't racing. But we all had a great time in the campground, as always. Williams-Grove always knows how to party, that's for sure. And we had a great time, regardless, even with the rain out, so I can't say anything bad there. Season pass people at Williams-Grove are taking a hit this year, absolutely. But again, that's just, what can you do? You know what I mean? Just, it wasn't in the cards. So, Selinsgrove did race on Sunday. They dodged some weather. It was a lot nicer on Sunday. It did not rain. We got like a little drizzle shower around, I think it was around the driver's meeting or so, and it didn't even make the ground wet. Otherwise, it was just hot, humid. Chase Dietz gets the win here over Justin Whittle, Danny Dietrich, Brett Marks, Brock Zierfoss, your top 5, Lucas Wolf, Blaine Heimbach, Austin Bishop, Michael Walter, Garrett Bard. I think it was only 17 cars showed up for this. Yes. Unfortunate, but, with the weekend, and it's just a weird time for this race. Guys get, just, it's a shame. I wish this place would get a little bit more cars, and we'll see how the rest of their races go this year. But I think the rest of their divisions and the fans showed out. It was a great crowd on Sunday. So, but Chase Dietz, man, he's been. I said it that day. The way we talk about BAPS as Danny Dietrich's playground, it is quickly becoming Chase Dietz's playground at Selinsgrove. He's just so good there. He went quick time. He was so good. He's won both races there this year. And he's been fast there in the past too, but him in this 23 car, it's definitely taken it to another level.
I'll tell you what, and it's funny, as you were saying this and brought this up, he was qualifying at whatever racetrack they're at right now, and he went P6 fairly late.
Yeah.
So Macedo at the same, basically in the very next group went P10. 15.8, Chase ran just a little bit better, 15.8. So he has this big half mile, bigger, speed in that race car, and it fits his style. So hopefully Knoxville goes well for him for sure. But I think you're gonna have a pretty good showing from him tonight here out there in Southern Iowa. So yeah, Selinsgrove, if we look at it, Danny Dietrich, I mean, you look at it as a whole, Danny Dietrich of Williams-Grove is always a threat. Lincoln, always a threat. BAPS dominates, has really dominated Selinsgrove the last few years.
Yep.
Chase Dietz is one going, hey, I'm here. I'm here to
Yep.
play. Like, here we go, right? So that could be a fun little thing up there at Selinsgrove, I got to be honest. And Justin Whittle, Austin Bishop has a win there last year, right?
Yep.
So, like, some of these guys really like this style of racing, and man, there's so much potential here. I hope for the best for the racetrack and whatever they decide to do, and that these guys support it, because there could be some fun little rivalry battle type things happening up there.
And in my experience of going to Selinsgrove for years, when the 410s come here, it's Danny, it's Brent. Brent runs really, really well there. He went 7th to 4th. And listen, these top 3 guys, so Chase Dietz had to pass Justin Whittle in lap traffic with about 8 to go. Whittle led most of this race. Dietz, Whittle, and Dietrich were on top of each other, and Mark started closing in at the end as they got in the lap traffic and everything. Couldn't really make a pass. They were running slightly different lines. The track was pretty wide. It was up towards the fence. But I don't think it was... the track was just weird enough where they couldn't... It was very hard to pass unless you had the person in front of you make a mistake, which when you have the likes of Whittle, Dietz, Dietrich, Marks, Zierfoss, Lucas Wolf up in the front here, they're not going to make many mistakes. You know what I mean? So they just, lap traffic definitely helped Dietz, but I do think he was a little bit faster than Whittle from the jump. Just needed that little bit of extra help to be able to get around him. But Brent and Heath were campaigning a high-limit race at Selinsgrove. That would be really cool, and especially with them kind of been partnering with, Port Royal a little bit and everything. You never know. That could be something. I think that's what Selinsgrove ends up having to be. I don't think they become a weekly or anything like that with 410s. I think they're a couple big event a year, 410, and then they run late models and 305s and some other stuff most of the time. I think that's their future. Personally speaking, I think it's a good future for them. I was very pleased with seeing the amount of fans that were there on that Sunday. And it was a good crowd, and I didn't think we saw a bad race, even with the lower car count. Yes, fourth to
I
first in the heat that Danny was in, by the way, I believe. And yeah, it was super impressive. Danny started
I like
on the pole of that heat.
this idea of high limit going to Selinsgrove is cool, and I think high limit really, as it continues on and grows, I could see them really making a push to spend a month in PA,
Yeah,
Hagerstown, Clinton County,
yeah, all those. I mean, they are going to learn.
Selinsgrove,
Yeah,
Hagerstown, Clinton
Lernerville,
County, Selinsgrove,
Bedford,
Grandview,
Grant.
right?
Yeah,
Like there's all these racetracks that aren't this, World Racing Group owned whatever that could put on a great show and could put on good racing. And I would love to see Hagerstown and Selinsgrove end up on a high limit list
absolutely. I
because I
agree.
know both places would end up being packed out.
Yep,
And especially Hagerstown, right? And I think Selinsgrove would because it's high limit, but Hagerstown packs out for they have the demand for a speed week show. Think about a high limit show.
yep.
It would be. I think it could go really well. So I don't know where their allegiances lie in that from that perspective, but I don't whatever. But man, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome. But yeah, still, I thought it was a fantastic race. We had a good time there. What's going on? Got a
Say
little
hi.
guest here.
Bedtime for the big guy. T-ball party night. Go on. Go get to bed. Love you.
um. So yeah. So
Good
let's
night.
go to this week. Friday night, Williams Grove. Perfect night. We had a perfect weekend, man. It wasn't too hot and humid. It was nice and sunny. What a beautiful weekend. Um, to get some racing in. And Williams Grove, Dylan Norris gets the win over Freddie Raymer, Jeff Halligan, Tyler Ross, and Brock Zierfoss, who went from 16th to 5th. Then Tim Glatfelter, Lance DeWeese, Troy Wagaman Jr., Alex Attard, and Ryan Taylor, your top 10. Dylan Norris getting a 410 win. When somebody said Dylan Norris won, I'm like, oh, the 358 feature, because he's been so dominant in that 358. But no, he won the 410 feature over Freddie Raymer here, who looked really, really good as well, and Jeff Halligan with a nice podium finish.
My kids turned off the lights in my in
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I just looked up and I'm like, oh.
I guess this is what I'm doing until I get up.
Yeah, so a good car count here. Logan Rumsey also making, was that his 410 debut at Williams Grove? I know he just got a 410 motor, so that was got all the laps in and ran 21st. He's definitely a guy to keep an eye on. Jay-Z is all out of ideas apparently. Also, thank you, Tyler Murray. Also announced was JNS Classics will be sponsoring the National Open, doing so much. Sandy Klein. We've seen what obviously sponsoring Anthony Macri, all the stuff that they do. They've done at Port Royal, but now coming on to sponsor the National Open, I think is awesome, and that's a great sponsor to have, and supporting sprint car racing so much here in the area. But yeah, congratulations, Dylan Norris. What'd you see from this one on Friday?
Handicap shows for the win. At this point, we go through these stages in Central PA where everybody dislikes something when it doesn't go well for a minute, and we're all a bunch of bitches, all of us,
Yeah,
myself included.
I was just gonna
Oh,
say,
this sucks. That sucks. This
I
sucks.
want to say, like, it was this time last year. We're like, we need more time trial shows. Just make them all time trial shows. I feel
It's
like
been
it was
so
like this
good,
time. Yeah, I feel like it
right?
was this time last year.
And this year, the few handicap shows we've gotten in, most of them been rained out, or there haven't been any, or whatever. We've seen some great racing in both heat races and in features with these guys having to go past race cars, and that's what we want to do. And I know the guys that are the great teams and the good teams and the funded teams want to start up front, race up front, and be up front and win races. I don't blame them for feeling that way. But the fact that Tim Gladfelder showed up, hadn't run a race at Williams Grove. Now, he showed up once this year, but really hadn't run a race in like 5 years at Williams Grove. It's been a long time since he raced, got out, led some laps, did his job to get there. Right? Yeah, he got to start up front, but he did his job. He still earned that right to start on the pole and went out and led laps and came home P6 at Williams Grove. This was great. Look at this 6th, 9th, 3rd, 5th, 16th, pole, 17th, 13th. No passing in sprint cars?
Yeah.
Or is it no passing because the best cars are always starting up front because we're time trialing all of them? I'm not saying we should change anything. I'm just saying that this was a product of guys going to pass race cars and figuring out how to do it.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. And the handicap shows I've seen this year have been really good, regardless of track conditions, both heats and features. There's been people moving around, things happening. So, Dylan Norris, great job. I will say this: Halligan gave him everything. Halligan threw one at him in lap traffic, threw a slider at him, turned it, crossed him back over, got the win. If this was 5 laps longer, Freddie Raymer probably wins this race because he was hauling the mail at the end of this thing, just ripping. And Brock was too. Brock, every lap Brock went by, I felt like he was passing another car. I'm like, holy shit! There's Brock. He's getting further. He's passed another good car. I'm like, wait, what is happening right now? He drove. Lance came with him, right? He had to pass Wagaman to get to 5th. He's passing the points leader to get there.
Yep.
It was fun. I was entertained, and I didn't even get to see the whole racetrack from where I was, right? So, yeah, this was a good one. This was fun.
Tyler Koenig says one more lap, Freddie wins Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, he was close. I'm trying to go off like memory from 3 days ago, but yeah, it was good.
Santos says Williams Grove was a badass race for both the 410s and 358s, but the highlight of the night for me was Aiden, MF, and Hare. Man, that kid is so damn fun to watch. The young talent we have in PA is amazing right now. 100% agreed. This 358 division, and even some of these young guys in the 410s already. There's a lot of promise here in this area, for sure.
Yeah, listen. Well, this 358 race, okay. Made a lot of friends in the pits with these guys. I know a lot of these guys well. Derek Locke, Aiden Hare, obviously Dylan Norris, Chase Gutschall, Nash Ely, Cody Fletcher and the family, Jude Siegel, Matt Finley, Kyle Spence. Like, I root for all of them. I like all these guys. I'm glad Derek Locke got back on the winning train. It's been a minute. He talked about it, right? Needs some confidence, need to get going. He had one stolen from him at Port Royal from Aiden Hare a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
On the last lap.
Yeah. So
Aiden Hare almost did it again to him. And listen, I'm rooting for all these guys, but I'm like, man, if he steals another one from Derek Locke, like from the lead, like holy shit, right? But listen, I've watched this division for a long time, and there's times where you can see the guys that kind of have it and the guys that don't a little bit, right? There's been times where guys have kind of had to develop and they come into their own. Aiden Hare has been a threat to win races and pass cars from the minute he got in this division.
Yeah.
That's not easy to do. And I'm telling you, he won a race in his rookie year.
Yeah, I was just he won a race in his first handful of races.
Correct. Logan Rumsey, same thing. And look at Logan Rumsey and what he's been working on accomplishing right now. You know, Aiden Hare went out there and battled with Dylan Norris. We're going to talk about Lincoln in a minute. But if you look at this rundown, note Aiden Hare and Dylan Norris. Note it because Dylan Norris had won multiple features at Williams Grove in the 358 over the like a 60% winning percentage here at Williams Grove. Derek and Aiden both beat Dylan. Okay, so Derek Locke, congratulations, did his job, did everything he was supposed to do. He, talked about in Victory Lane. It was a great interview. If you have Dirt Vision, go back and watch that interview. You could hear like he needed that. He needed his confidence. He needed a boost. Where they're not where he wants to be yet, but like he's getting closer to back to the form he was in before. But man, I'm telling you what, like this was fun. This was fun. It was a great racetrack for them. Multiple lanes. Guys didn't think the top could work, but man, they could blast in through the top of 1 and 2 and really make some speed. So, yet again, 358s don't disappoint us.
Yeah. Dylan Norris, what a night, winning the 410 feature and then a podium, doing the double duty with the 358. He's been so good in the 358 there. And, I think that probably helped him out. I mean, he's been good in the 410 at Williams Grove in the past, but finally gets a win, this year and at Williams Grove. awesome for Dylan Norris and that team. First win at the track since September of 2023, which is crazy to say about Derek Locke because he swept an entire season
Yeah.
there. Yeah,
We
not that
we
long ago.
literally talked about that in Victor Lane with Tyler. I was like, he went from sweeping like a season and a half to nothing.
Yep.
And it was he didn't forget how to do it, right? Like Derek Locke didn't forget how to do it. It just that's how things can go in this world, and it's crazy how fine a line they walk between winning races and not. That's how close how much they live on that edge.
Magby says here, Hare needs a 410 ride. That kid has been rolling great the past few weeks. I think this is something that, while I agree, I think he'll be awesome to watch in a 410. I think, you know, some of these younger guys, I think you got to temper expectations a little bit. Let them get more, as good as they are in a 358. They still need the laps. 410's a whole different story. Do I think he'll be able to handle himself in a 410? Absolutely, but we don't need to be rushing them in either at the same time. Makes this 358 division fun to watch for sure, and gets them the experience so they're ready in the 410.
Yeah, I've thought about this a lot, and yeah, we all want to see this happen, right? But give me a driver in recent memory who's jumped from a good 358 career into a winning 410 career right
Like
away.
immediately, it hasn't. I
It's
can't think of
it's
anyone.
hard. It's very difficult, right? And it takes guys, no matter their talent level, it takes some time to figure it out. Chase Dietz, Logan Schuchart, like it takes time to figure this out. We can see these guys that have the ability. You can see it, like it's visible out there. Chase Dietz is one that stands out to me. I remember watching him run a race at Lincoln where he had to start like 20th or something in a 358 and just blasted the top to the front. And Logan Schuchart was the same thing, just ripping the top at Lincoln from the back of the field to get up near the front, almost win a race. Like there, you can see this. Aiden Hare's that way. Uh, Jaden Wolf is that way. Nash Ely is that way.
Yep.
Jude
I was
Siegel's
gonna say
on his way
Nash.
to that, right? Like there's some of these young guys that you can see that they have this ability of like they're gonna be able to do it. But listen, doesn't grow on trees.
Yep.
We don't know their situations. There's only so many car owners. There's only so many good rides that have all their shit together to give a young guy the right path to help them succeed. Because if they don't do it in the family, they don't do it in the ride they have, things change. Things change, right? And we can see that all the time. You can take one guy, same guy, put him in one car and in another car, and the results are different. He can spend as long as he wants. I don't care if the kid spends 3 more years in a 358 if that's where they're comfortable and he's succeeding and learning how to do the job. We don't want to rush it, right? Unless it's the right opportunity, the right thing, and we don't know what that is. None of
Yeah.
us know because they still have to have room to grow without killing their confidence.
Yeah. And we also know though the amount to run a 358 is almost the cost of running a fort. Like you might as well.
It's a lot of money to
It's a lot
to
of
get the
money
right
to be
stuff.
in either one.
A lot of
So
money either way.
I understand why people jump up into the 410s. I don't want to say quicker than they should, but um, you know, pretty quickly because it pays a little bit more and all that. But we're talking about that. But like Tyler Koenig says here, the next 358 race is going to pay $3,000 to win at Williamsgrove, and it'll be timed hot laps. Should be a really fun night. We have seen some more, not all of them. I'm not saying that but there has been more effort to help pay the 358 drivers out a little bit more. I'm noticing it more this year at least. Aiden is only 15 too yet. There's no reason to rush him into a 410 yet. But uh, I mean, I wouldn't
He's
be against it
capable.
either. He's capable
Like
for
he's
sure.
capable, but does it mean he has to be, right? Like
Right.
absolutely not.
Ampe, 358 feels like a go-kart after Dylan runs the 410, plus having Brad and his dad, who are arguably the best two local crew chiefs. No surprise he's dominating the division. Well, I mean, what about Ampe? Aren't you one of the top local crew chiefs, man?
Yeah, Aunt Bay. I'm glad.
But
I'm
no,
glad he didn't talk about himself. Like I appreciate that.
no, I'm only kidding. Money talks. We won on Saturday, and we are still 200 in the hole. So, I mean, there's a
Yeah.
little view there into the. He turns 17 in April. So, talking about Aiden Hare. All right. Lincoln on Saturday night, where Freddie Raymer goes 12th to 1st for the win over Tyler Ross, Billy Dietrich with the podium, Troy Wagaman Jr., Matt Campbell, Logan Rumsey, Cameron Smith, Aaron Bollinger, Mike Bittinger, and Jordan Strickler, the top 10 here. How about Freddie Raymer getting back on the winning train here here at Lincoln? You were there. Tell us what you saw.
Man, I think this is a weird this is weird, right? So definitely can come on here and it's easy to complain about a lot of things we don't like. It's easy to complain or criticize or have views of negativity. I saw great racing all weekend. This was awesome. And again, 12th, 6th, 4th, 9th, 8th, 13th, 7th, 15th, 2nd, 1st.
Stop passing.
We had passing race cars. And, you know, the cream rises to the top. Freddie Raymer, Tyler Ross, Billy Dietrich, Troy Wagner, Matt Campbell, Logan fucking Rumsey.
How about it?
This kid somehow has figured out how to run a 410 at Lincoln already.
Yep.
That shit ain't easy. He was throwing sliders at Matt Campbell, and he was throwing sliders at guys that have been doing it for years in a 410. It just seems to I don't know what it is, but just seems to figure it out quickly. It was amazing to me watching the confidence throwing sliders and finishing sliders and like you don't see guys without confidence in good race cars throwing sliders. You just don't see it. Guys you don't see the aggressiveness. He's doing this aggressive stuff, throwing sliders on guys and finishing them and not being all out of control on the other end of it or wrecking guys or misjudging the sliders. He just gets it, man. And tell you what, he keeps on the trajectory he's on. This group here,
Yep.
you better watch out. That 41 is going to be up front a lot and in a hurry. I'm a fan. I like all these guys. I really do. I like all these guys. They know it. I know it. I'm a fan. But I'm telling you what, you watch a guy like that in that limited amount of 410 experience, mixing it up, throwing sliders with these guys. They have to be on notice. They have to be like, holy shit.
Yeah,
like
they're
what?
coming.
It's like
Yeah.
it's Logan and his dad. It's just him and his
That's
dad
it.
out there just doing it, right? So Williams Grove, he posted after Williams Grove Friday night, they learned a lot. We're like, holy crap, 410 is a different animal at Williams Grove than what he's been doing. And I was like, did you learn anything? He's like, oh yeah, I'll be ready to go next time we get back. Not saying that equates to like a top 5, but like you're gonna see him climb up the ranks at Williams Grove every week. There's gonna be some growing pains in there, but Freddie Raymer, man, what a weekend. He was on kill and getting after it, fast race car. It was hooked up. He could do what you need to do, run the bottom, run the top, throw sliders. Did throw a little bit of a slider on Jordan Strickler, kind of shoved him out of the way as he was coming up through there. After looking back at the pictures I got of it, I think he thought Jordan was going to be like more on the top. Jordan ran the middle, and he just threw a slider and just kind of shoved him out of the way there. Probably misjudged where Jordan was going to go. But man, he was on kill, and I got to be honest, there was a lot of things that impressed me here, but Tyler Ross impressed me. And I'm going to tell you why. He got to the lead. Freddie ran him down. Freddie slid him. Freddie passed him. I thought Freddie was just going to walk away. The way he was able to catch him and pass him, lap after lap, Tyler came off turn 2 as they went out of my vision out of 3 and 4. He was on Freddie's ass and was throwing attempts at him in 3 and 4, like was getting back after it. So, Tyler Ross was impressive in this. He was probably the other best car and in the field. And I thought once he got to the lead, I thought it was going to be his race to win. But I would talk about this earlier. I didn't see it until I went and watched the highlights of this race. The Billy Dietrich was my pick for the night. He went 4th to 1st in the heat, started 4th in his feature, and was up to 2nd and got his momentum absolutely killed by a lap car and got passed by, I think, Ross and someone else, I want to say, just killed his momentum to the front. Still had plenty of laps to get back there, but listen, it's hard to do with these super fast cars in front of you. Great night, 4th to 3rd. He's not going to be like, oh my
Totally,
God.
man.
But he was in 2nd at the time and lost some momentum there and really had his momentum killed by a lap car, I think, trying to get into pits off a 2 on the bottom. Just killed his momentum. Absolutely killed his. So you know that dive in off two on the backstretch there. He
Yeah.
was on the bottom. That car was on the bottom trying to get into pits, and he just got
He
bottled
had
up
it.
behind him, and it just killed his momentum. So Billy was my pick. I told you all before the race in Discord.
Yep.
I told Billy at the race. He's been on a roll. That car's fast. He's got to be one of my favorites going to Clinton County this weekend.
Oh,
If he's going to
absolutely.
Clinton County, I assume he is.
I would
I
imagine.
can't
So.
see
I
why he
mean,
wouldn't.
yeah. Yeah, for sure. I
That's
mean,
regular
he you got the
regular old iced tea this time. So I
there
had
you go.
lemonade. Oh no, that's a classic. Oh, it's the second classic iced tea and a
Yeah.
peach. There we go. Kill 6 of these tonight.
Yeah, for sure. For Billy, I mean, he just won at Clinton County a couple weeks ago. Been running really well. I mean, obviously a podium here, and then he has a lot of momentum going back to Clinton County, and that's a scary thing. I think for the rest of the field at Clinton County. We'll talk about that a little bit later for Saturday. Tyler Koenig brings up a good point. Lincoln was done with the whole show by 9:45, so
Oh,
that's yeah.
oh. Williams Grove and Lincoln, thank you so freaking much
Yeah.
for this weekend. I got home at a decent hour on both nights. Clean shows, move things along. Thank you so much. Now, I heard some complaints about how fast it was going. Teams didn't have enough time to get ready. Listen,
Uh,
don't give me that.
yeah. Not
We
not
still
when we
got them on
complain
the.
about how much these, especially, people, the Lincoln regulars, they'll complain about being there till 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, and then you have a night where you're actually getting out of there a decent hour, and you're gonna complain. So figure it out.
It was awesome. Both nights, getting home at a decent hour. Even went to pits and celebrated a little bit with Aunt Bay and the crew here. Not a whole lot. They were working. I wasn't going to stop them from working, doing their thing to get torn down because they have a long haul back home and they had
Yeah.
the Waffle House. They had to feed Tenorelli, so they had to feed his big ass, his skinny ass on the way home. But it was just cool, and I think it was great to be out at a decent hour, and I don't know, there were a lot more people happy about that than upset about that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we have more of it.
You're never gonna make everybody happy. That's just what it is, and but I think that's that's fantastic. Being done by 10 o'clock, if you can be, is great. Let's take a look at that 358 rundown now that you mention it. Kyle Spence with the win. How about it? Over Jaden Wolf, Jude Siegel, Cody Fletcher, Aiden Hare, Dylan Norris, Andy Best, Cameron Merriman, Hunter Fulton, and Steve Owings, your top 10. Kyle Spence, man, tell us how he got this one done.
Being really fucking fast is what happened. He started dead last in the heat, I want to say, and came off turn 4, had a good run, went into turn 1, passed 3 or 4 cars, and guess what? Someone jumped the start, had to do it over. So he had to go back to the very back again. Next start, did the same thing, went 9th to 3rd in the heat or something. Just did his job, right? Gave him an opportunity to pull 4 or however they did. I don't even know. They have different formats for the 410s and 358s on a handicap show. So I don't fucking know. It's pill draw and then handicap, where I think 410s are handicap. So
Handicap straight, yeah, straight handicap.
I don't even know. They don't do it anymore. I don't know how fans are supposed to remember. But anyway, got his opportunity to start 4th here. Didn't waste a whole lot of time. Got out, got to the lead, and got gone. Same thing here. Look at this results and look where these guys started: 4th, 6th, 5th, 8th, 10th, 9th, 11th, and 12th. These are the fast cars in this division. These are the guys that have earned the right to start back there in a way, right? With their finishes. So this was fun. The 358s were ripping the top at Lincoln the whole feature. When's the last time we could say that?
The top the entire time?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I can't. I've never seen it. The amount
It
of
was
times I've gone to
awesome.
Lincoln,
And I was in 3 and 4. I did stay in 3 and 4 for this one. The top was the place to be, and it wasn't easy to run. It was a little treacherous. There was some action, but that was the fast place to be in 358s, to getting those guys. And what I see here, guys that aren't afraid to rip it. Kyle Spence, Jaden Wolf, Jude Siegel, Aiden Hare, Dylan Norris, and Andy Best, Cameron Merriman. Cody Fletcher can run the top, but he'd rather not run the top. I know him well enough, right? He's a middle bottom guy. did his job, 8th to 4th. But this was awesome. It was fun to watch. Cool to see Cameron Merriman back. Tore up a race car a few weeks back.
Yep.
First night back in it. They had to make multiple trips to the engine builder because tweaked the motor a little bit, and they got it back, and then it didn't work, and then they took it back. So, there was a lot there, but good to see him back. They rolled in trailer one piece. Um, Tyler Rutherford took a big ride in this one,
Oh, yeah, I
running
saw that.
second,
Yeah.
going for second. So hopefully, thankfully he's okay. I posted some pictures of that thing that happened right in front of me. That was an ugly one for sure. He got his bell rung, but he ain't got a lot of brain, so I think he'll be okay. Just lost a little bit more of it. He ain't got a lot going on up there. So it rattled it around. There's a lot of dead space in there, that boy.
Tyler Kodak
But
even
great,
says we had Ashley running the top in the heat too before she broke.
right?
So I
Wild.
mean, if Ashley Capetta's running the top, that's the place
You
to be.
know it's the place to be.
If
it's the
her
place
or
to be.
Chris Frank are up there, that bottom ain't doing nothing.
Exactly. So great night for the 358s. They were carrying the right front down the straightaways. They putting the power to the ground and ripping around that place. So the OOK in victory lane again.
How
This
about it?
time I did not commit to a shoey. I am not doing a goddamn shoey on this TV. They already asked me
Listen,
on this show. I'm
we
not doing it.
can do a
But
cheers though to them.
congratulations.
Yeah, we could do a cheers to them. Congratulations,
Congrats, my
Kyle
friends.
Spence, Ant Bay, and Jim Tenerelli. Good job, guys.
So good night, good weekend of racing here locally. I had a great weekend. They had a great weekend, but I
Yeah.
enjoyed it as a fan.
Hey, they had the top 10 at Williamsgrove too, so that and a win, that's a pretty good weekend, considering that he hasn't really been out that often. They didn't get out till late in the year, so that's awesome.
And
Go ahead.
keep an eye out for the OOK.
Oh,
Maybe have a 410 show, 410 here coming up. They
Let's
think they
go.
might have that back. Might have a
Let's
410. It's
go.
taken somehow or another. It's taken their engine builder till July and August to get their motors back from last year that weren't broken, by the way. So, just saying.
That is tough. But it'll be awesome to see him back out there with the 410, hopefully soon. Port Royal. How about this one? Out of left field. This, I wasn't there. I was watching on Flow. This track was strange. I've never seen it really get the way it did before. It was one lane in the middle. Very strange, but still had a lot of passing here. But the one person that didn't get past was Jonathan Preston. Starting on the pole, leads every lap, gets his first 410 win. So there you go, Jay-Z. You are now 3 out of 4. 3 of your 4. You need one more to get your prediction. Jonathan Preston gets the win at Port Royal over Jeff Halligan, Brock Zierfoss, Steve Buckwalter, Devin Adams, Justin Whittle, Logan Wagner, Mike Thompson, Derek Hauk, and Doug Hammaker. I really thought when they were lining up the feature, I'm like, this is Devin Adams' night. It was a different it was a different first time winner though with Jonathan Preston. Really impressive. He did everything he needed to do. There was a lot of battling throughout the rest of the field, but not around him, man. He took care of business. It was really, really impressive.
So I haven't seen a lap of this. I still haven't seen the highlights of it. Shame on me. You think I'd be a pro at this or some sort of media guy? But here's what I see as I see this. And I was watching some of the comments about like, is he actually going to win this race and the surface and this and that and the other thing? What I see here behind him is started 8th, started 10th, started 6th, started 4th, started 12th, started 11th. They passed everybody but him.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
did his freaking job.
Yep.
He had a fast race car that they did everything right. And I'll be honest with you, I've seen Jonathan Preston a few times in the last 2 years. He's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know this name, you better know this name. I saw him run at Lincoln last year, time trial show. He was in for a weekend and was like, this guy's kind of fast. Like there's something here. It's a name you probably should keep an eye on.
Yeah.
And the other thing from this is Port Royal's surface this year. I've only gotten up 3 or 4 times. just with weather, timing, travel, whatever. I know they have someone different working the racetrack. That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like every week when they show up, nobody knows what they're getting. Nobody knows what they're getting. I'd like to think, hey, that's on purpose. They want to mix it up, keep it, unpredictable for everyone and keep everybody guessing for the crate. I just think they're just trying to figure it out with this new guy doing the prep.
Yeah.
And it's not the Port Royal that we've seen in the past from a track prep perspective. The last time I was up there, saw a really random anomaly into turn one. It was super
Yeah,
like
just
dusty, dry,
weird
slick on
stuff.
entry in one lane. Everything else was gripped up. There's been some weird stuff going on, but I have faith in the Port Royal staff, the team, everybody up there because they've never let us down as fans. They haven't let us down or given us any idea to say what's like to really question it, to really be like, hey, something's got to change. I'm not even
No.
saying that,
And not just
but
that. Go ahead. Sorry, you finish.
no, that was really it. Like, congratulations, Jonathan Preston, number one. Great freaking job. This track obviously was able to pass on. Even if
Yeah.
we didn't love if it wasn't
It
the
was
normal, clearly people could pass.
Yeah, it was a berm across the middle. It was very weird. There's a cushion that kind of built in the middle of the track. So they just weren't on the fence, but it was still wide enough where you could pass. It was just tight. It wasn't as wide as, you know what I mean? Like it just wasn't up on the fence. It has been different every time. Like it's been different things, but I don't think any of them has produced terrible racing. It's just not the port that we've been used to. I think it was pretty good racing. You could still pass, at least in the feature. And just I like when curveballs get thrown, and we haven't seen a rubber down track. So I mean, it is what it is. You got to kind of move with how it's going. But yeah, with the new track prep crew and the new guy doing the track prep and everything, probably trying to find out different ways here. Um, but we've seen every different version almost of Port Royal this year. And this was something new. I never seen it happen. That really happened. The only thing I can remember it kind of being that way was the Speed Week show that was on that what was it, the Sunday show that they had, and it rained early and it kind of got really heavy lockdown where they didn't really get up top. But it wasn't like that. It was just it blew off only to a point, and then it stayed there the rest of the night. It was very strange, but I don't think it was a horrible thing. Obviously, you want to see it get up to the fence, but it is what it is. Some things happen. Plus, with humidity and all that, but it wasn't really that humid over the weekend. But hey, we saw a great race. Awesome job by Jonathan Preston. Jeff Halligan had a great weekend. Podiums back-to-back nights. Good for that 45. Get them some momentum going here into the last part of the season here. Brock, again, another night where he's just passing cars, going from 10th to 3rd, and he looked probably like the fastest car right at the end of the race. Steve Buckwalter with the solid run, and like I said, Devin Adams in 5th. He was really the guy that I thought was gonna get it. I really thought I'm like, oh, this is setting up for him. He did. He looked good. I think he got up to 2nd on the start. He looked really, really good. 2nd or 3rd. I know he made a pass on the start. I'm like, oh, here we go. This could be the night. Justin Whittle, obviously a good 12th to 6th place run over Logan Wagner. Those are the two guys now battling for this points title there, as we'll get into. And Derek Hauk, man, awesome run by him. I believe he was the hard charger, Brock was the hard charger, but Derek Hauk got the Warrior Award there, while also advancing 7 spots on Saturday night.
Hey, real quick, go back to the Lincoln 358 because I saw that I wanted to talk about this and Aiden Hare and Dylan Norris. See, they're 5th and 6th here.
Mm-hmm.
They were throwing bombs and sliders and battling really, really hard in this feature. And Dylan Norris ended up upside down in turn one after the checkers. I didn't see it. I only saw them racing hard. From what I gathered, Dylan wasn't happy with Aiden, ends up upside down. Dylan also blew up his 410 blew up the 410 motor at Lincoln earlier that night. So after winning Friday night in a 410, blows up the 410 at Lincoln, ends up upside down in the 358. So I don't know what's going on there, but this is a rivalry I'm here for. Now, obviously, we want to keep it, civil, but if Aiden Hare can go up there and challenge Dylan Norris in this 358 division, we're gonna have some fun stuff on our hands. Just something to watch, everybody. Just something to watch. I don't know. There were definitely some emotions there. I think there was some upset. I don't know. I wasn't in either pit area, but I don't think it sounded like Dylan wasn't super happy with Aiden.
Mm.
Something to watch.
Nice
So
little rivalry maybe budding
we
there.
shall see.
Question here from EJ Shoemaker. Oh, T2T are awesome. Thank you, my friend.
Appreciate you, brother.
You
Hey,
keep
we're
talking
gonna root for Sheldon. We're gonna root for Sheldon just that much more
just
because of EJ.
just because of
Just
that.
because of EJ. We appreciate you, brother.
You keep talking about getting to Ohio, Attica specifically. We do. We always talk about it. What would be your number one race for a first timer to PA?
Oh,
This
oh,
is a question, man.
oh, man.
For me, you can't go wrong with either Port Weikert or Tusky. Weikert's getting right there. Weikert has been awesome. National Open, though, man, that's the crown jewel. Any one of those three you cannot go wrong with. I mean, obviously those are the easy, low-hanging fruit ones, but they're the best ones for a reason. I I can't pick which one. Me personally, I love Port Royal. I would say go there. Great facility, but Williamsgrove is a vibe, man, and it can put on some of the best racing as well. So either
Um,
one.
Jimmy could not possibly be any more right. It's Tuscarora 50 weekend. It's National Open.
Yep.
Um, and recent history has told us pick Tuscarora 50. You got 3 days.
Yes, that's
You're
true.
probably gonna get two of the three.
Yeah, at least.
History has shown us at the Williams Grove National Open, we get one of the two. Sometimes one and a half. Sometimes they're two in one day. I don't know. I've had some of the best times with our buddies, with our T2T group, with our camping friends at both places. Tuscarora 50 gets chilly, but it's 3 days. You can have a great time. It's like 80 in a day and like 50 at night. The National Open, for whatever reason, it's like winter set in every
Yeah.
year that weekend. Every freaking year, it's like you're freezing your absolute ass off by the end of the weekend. But you can't go wrong with the vibes at either one. If you're
Yeah.
coming out, you want to do a multi-day deal so you don't drive or fly in here and lose one day, the one day you came in because of weather. Because
Yep.
turns out we can't control that. Tuscarora 50 weekend, Weiker weekend, Tuscarora 50 weekend, and National Open.
Yeah.
I agree completely.
And here's the thing with Tuscarora 50, because especially you, I know you have kids and everything. That's right off of the heels of Labor Day. So if you want to make a whole week out of it, you might have, you have Labor Day. There's 5 races that week, not just the 3 days for Tusky 50. You got the fair opener if you want to come the weekend before, and you got the Labor Day Classic, plus you have the fair all week. So that's something like beyond racing. If you're trying to schedule a trip here, I think that's something, because then you could also probably still get to maybe you're very close to all these other tracks that still run as well. Lincoln runs that Sunday. Williamsgrove will run that Friday before. So I would suggest something like that. Maybe if you can do a whole weekend or 4 or 5 days where you can kind of get around that, you might be able to get to a bunch of tracks. You know what I mean? But
Jimmy,
yeah.
let's think about this though. Sheldon won't be in town for the Tusky.
Yeah. If you're going for Sheldon Hansfield, then it's got to be Natty.
It's got to be Natty for EJ. If he's going to be, if he wants to see Sheldon and you're going to come to PA for the first time, you got to pick Natty Open
Yeah.
weekend.
And Natty Open,
You almost have to.
Like Mandy says, chili cook-off, where we did, we did a live show from there last year.
Will be again this year.
Will be again this year. And then you got the kickball. There's all sorts of vibes around National Open, and it's a crown jewel event. It's one of the 3 crown jewels. We saw Kings Royal already. You got Knoxville coming up, and then you got Natty Open. Those are your 3 crown jewel events nationally. So it's you can't go wrong with either one. But those would be the 3 events and the 2 tracks that I would pick. And then you'll never want to go to an Ohio track again. Possibly.
It'll be well, like King's Royal.
Yeah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah,
Other
I
than
know
that crown jewel,
that.
like I'll be honest with you, Jimmy. Like my years now, going to Tuscarora 50 and National Open, that campground at Tuscarora 50, in my opinion, at the Tusky is almost unmatched.
Yeah,
It it's so many people enjoying their weekend.
yeah. Plus,
It's so many
with the
rows and rows and rows of
and
people
with
with
the
a
fair
common
going
interest.
on too. Yeah, you
Yes.
have the fair going on too. So there's other things to do. Even if the say the race gets rained out, obviously everybody's partying. But then you go down, you enjoy some rides, you enjoy some great food. There's attractions and stuff like that. They have Parmalee coming in this year. They have a pretty big having a pretty big concert coming in this year. That thing's growing. Absolutely, I agree that the vibes there are awesome.
Yeah,
Speaking
they're
of
both pretty awesome.
speaking of Ohio, though, we got to touch on this. Sharon, which is another track I would love to get to, um, ran the Lou Blaney Memorial on Saturday night, and Danny Dietrich picked up the win from 7th place in this one over Dale Blaney, Cale Thomas, Nate Dussel, Zane DeVault. Jeremy Weaver, Brandon Spithaler, Ryan Smith made the trip out, Jordan Thomas, and Danny Kruger. Did I say that right? Top 10. But Danny
Close
Dietrich,
enough.
man, $12,000 winning this race. But God, I know somebody. I think Tyler was talking about how bad they were having some technical difficulties with flow at Port Royal on Saturday night. I don't know what the hell was going on Dirt Vision on Saturday night watching this. You didn't even know Danny passed for the lead. They're watching Cale Thomas run by himself. The cars are out of frame, and they had 2 cameras doing this. Like, I don't understand what happened, but man, was this awful to watch on Dirt Vision. But you even know Danny won. You really didn't. You didn't even know he passed for the lead. You didn't even know he won, but he won. He did his thing. Danny is on a roll.
He owns Ohio. Ohio is now posse. So there's that. Dale Blaney in his wing super modified, finishing second here. But yeah, I mean, you guys talked about this, and I saw this on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it,
Mhm.
about the broadcast, and it sounded like an absolute
It was so
disaster.
bad. I couldn't even watch. I
Want to
couldn't
talk
pay
about
attention.
technical difficulties? This sounds like human difficulties. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell were they doing?
Yeah.
I hope there was a technical difficulty that other cameras broke or couldn't flip to them and they got stuck there. I would love to hear that, but did anybody come out and say anything about it?
No,
Like
no, I
afterward,
didn't see
like,
anything. I
hey,
just
we
saw
screwed
people
this up.
complaining on Twitter. And
Yeah.
listen, at first, I was camping in a campground, out in the woods, having a campfire, playing some cards, having a couple drinks. And I thought, man, am I that drunk that I can't follow this race right now? I'm like, am I that hammered? Like, I know I had a couple, but like, and no, it wasn't. It was
Lemonade iced tea.
there you go.
That's
But
four.
it was
All right,
it
let's
wasn't. It
go.
was just awful camera work. You could not follow what the hell was going on. It was awful.
The other one here is oh shit. You got
You
me
hear?
still? All right.
I still got you.
Is Cale Thomas, Fountain Town, Indiana? What the hell is that? I thought he was from
Yeah.
Fairland, Indiana. What the
Didn't we
hell is
have this?
Fountain Town?
Didn't we have this
I'm gonna have to
conversation? We had this conversation with him when him and Alex were on the show for the All Stars. I can't remember. I have to go back
wait.
and watch.
Same thing because it still stands out to me. I'm like, I've never heard that before. I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to ask Alec. I'm gonna have to ask Cal. I'll have to text him. Like, what the hell is Fountain Town, bro? Maybe
but
whatever. I don't know.
but really, just wanted to give a shout out to Danny Dietrich. Awesome win for him. Rolling in the Knoxville. Let's take a look at the schedule for this upcoming week, and we're gonna start at Clinton County on Saturday. 410s, $6,300 to win the Phil Walter Classic. Get there, go get your Garrett Bard beer. The winner of this race gets put on the beer can for the next year. It's pretty cool. I'm a little mad that I don't have a Billy Dietrich one, um, but pretty awesome. This has been an awesome event. This track's been putting on really good 410 races, and there's a lot of contingency awards. Um, it's not just 410. Top 360, top 305, all sorts of different awards throughout the night. A lot of money being put up on top of the $6,300 to win. Pretty awesome event. Really excited to get out there on Saturday. Weather is looking fantastic. If you can, I know Lincoln's racing too, and we're going to talk about that here in a second. But honestly, like, get to Clinton County if you can. Going to be an awesome event, and the racing there's been awesome. And it's so cool when you can see a 305 be competitive to a 410 and a 360, on the same track. It's pretty cool.
What's an open four-wheel drive four-cylinder? Are they like going to be faster or something? Like, what's that mean?
Probably just open rules, I guess, but I didn't even know they had that many rules, to be
I
honest.
want to see one of them some bitches fly off a corner like out into the backstretch or something.
Man, listen, I just hope we don't have what happened last year where the push buggy got flipped over. And that was
Yeah,
brutal.
my guy rolled that buggy. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, I think he made a full recovery, I'm hoping.
Side by
But
side,
yeah, the
flipped
side
a
by
side
side.
by side over and pushing out cars. Wild. That was a new one. That was a write
Yeah.
that one down in the book. But
Also,
yeah, no, this is. I wish I was going up here for this one. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make this again. I won't be able to make this one this year. I had so much fun last year watching this race, and definitely not thrilled that I'm not going to be able to make it up there, but support it for sure. If you're
yeah,
up that area, you're going up, making a change, doing what you're going to do, get up to Clinton County.
yeah, and 270 micros here, they run really well. They're fun to watch, and the four cylinders, I think sometimes they steal the show. They can be a lot of fun. So definitely
Justin
check out.
Whittle and Buddy. Sorry, Justin
Oh
Whittle
yeah,
and Buddy on the front row,
front
Heat
row.
2 here.
Macri starting fifth next to Austin McCarroll.
And Tim
Brian
Schaefer
Brown
is in
starting fourth.
PA, but he's not posse, so stop it.
Speaking of Lincoln, they are also racing on Saturday. This will be the Rack Daddies Rumble. You have 410s, 358s, and 600 Excel modifieds. 7,000 to win 410s with time trials, so up a little bit more than Clinton County a little bit, trying to, hey, the Rack Daddies Rumble. This has been a reoccurring race here at Lincoln that's been kind of a big deal. I think they usually do like a tailgate party and all that type of stuff. I'm assuming they're doing the same thing this year. I haven't seen much, but I also haven't been paying attention, to be honest, on some things. So, um, yeah, this one should be good as well. So either part of the state, if you're down more south, check out Lincoln. If you're willing to take the trip up to Clinton County, definitely do that as well. But there still racing going on here, while Port and Williamsgrove are both dark this week for Knoxville.
You know what I'm thinking for that one? I've been to this last couple years, this Rack Daddy's Rumble. I do enjoy it, by the way. This is a cool event. Time trials for the 410s, great weather. I think I'm going to take some pictures from the flag stand. I
Oh
think
yeah,
it's this a week to get some more shots from the flag stand. I've done that I think just once this year. I think for the Outlaw show. I think it's a good week for it.
yeah,
It's
absolutely.
I want some wheel stands. 410 guys. I
Wheel
need some wheel
stand,
stands for all out of
sunset.
four, please.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
daddy, let's go. Sell six. By the way, these have you ever seen these 600 modifieds?
Yeah, I've seen them once or twice.
These
They're
little
pretty crazy.
bastards rip.
Yeah.
Like they're fast. Like I would watch them over Legend. No offense, Legend. Sorry, but these things are freaking cool, man. They rip.
Do they do the This is the race that they usually do the Australian Pursuit.
They usually do. Yeah, I wonder if they are doing that again this year.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything on that. Keep an eye on social
But
media. I'm sure more things will come out about that in the next, if they didn't
this is a
already.
different this is a different weekend usually because Danny was at this last year and all the guys were here for this last year. So
Right. Yeah, they don't
this
usually.
is they switched the weekend so
Yes.
that something yeah, it's gonna
Was
be
this
different.
was
I don't know if
this
they're doing it
rained
or
out
not.
from earlier in the year and it was rescheduled to this week? Maybe.
I don't think so. It's usually late year. It's usually this time of the year, July, August, September.
Yeah.
I'll have to look back, but I don't think so.
Have to look. Either way, I mean, there's going to be options here in PA to go see some awesome 410 racing, in two locations here. Williamsgrove is dark this week. They do come back next Friday with the flat out sim racing night, with the Dirty Deeds 25 finale. Like we said before, 3,000 paying to the 358s, and a Yellow Breeches 500 event for the 410 sprint cars. That'll be next Friday. And then Port Royal, they got the Living Legends Dream Race on next Saturday, the 16th. 410, 20,000 to win. Obviously, two features here, and then they also have the super late models. And then something that is on top of that is Selinsgrove is running Twin 20s on Friday, August 15th. Best average finisher from this one gets an automatic, is a guaranteed starter to the Living Legends Dream Race the next night. So that should be a cool little cross promo between those two. Between those two events, you're going to see 40 lap features. Plus, you have Williamsgrove as well. So a lot going on next weekend, obviously, but that they will be dark this week.
Shout out, speaking of Flat Out Sim Series, or Flat Out,
Flat out.
the Glen Rock, Pennsylvania. If you haven't heard of this thing, this Flat Out Sim Racing, Glen Rock, Pennsylvania, they got sim rigs. They do iRacing and dirt. Buddy of ours, we're part of the Brent Mark Sim team, and he has won the first 2 weeks. He's won week 1 and week 2 of the Flat Out League on Wednesday nights. This past week was Williams Grove. I think he won Charlotte, and I think first 2 weeks, but he's won both weeks. Our buddy Jack Young, also known
Soy
as
sauce.
Chop Soy Sauce or Chopstick Media
Chopstick
on
Media.
Facebook. He got into the photography game, so I'm proud of him. What he's kind of growing and got a new lens this week. He tried out for the first time, so proud of my boy Jack. So shout out. Hopefully you see this or hear this, but now I'm gonna have to be like, hey, why didn't you listen to the show? Because we called out your name. What do we have friends for, right? Like, hey, viewers, like, let's go, man.
And also, speaking of sim racing, we've been trying some different things over on our Twitch channel. We told you guys we were going to be doing some different things over there. We're not doing the live stream on that anymore, but I have been. We've been streaming our iRacing League races on Tuesday and Thursday nights over there. So check it out. We had some different people checking us out, watching it. Jack is one of those guys. He's one guy that we have to watch. That's in our league there. We race pretty much only PA tracks. We can dabble in a little bit in the super late models too on Thursdays. So check that out over there. If you're bored on a Tuesday or a Thursday night, there's no other racing going on. Come check us out.
Watch
Sim
us
racing
crash
game.
each other.
Yeah.
So here's what happens, right? Jack goes and wins Flat Out and is dominating these guys. He's like a fourth place guy in our league, right? Like, come on, let's step it up, Flat Out. Let's get these drivers,
Yeah, that's
right?
true.
So, no, I'm just kidding. For sure. I listen. I have a sim rig. I've paid all the money for it. It's right over here. I don't want to go to Flat Out and spend money, but I got to go support these guys. I need to get
Yeah.
down there and check this
Yeah, I
place out.
agree.
Like, and the other part of that is like, we've talked to them about it before. One of these nights, I may show up and end up live here from Flat Out.
Okay.
Maybe I'll scoot down there on a Monday night,
There you
go
go.
live from Flat Out and check the place out while we're on a show. So,
I like that
or we'll
idea.
do something else. So,
Yeah.
talk to them a little bit about trying to do some promotion, get down, maybe
Yo,
have them on for
maybe
interview. I'd love to do an
like a
interview
T2T
with
tournament or something.
exactly. Do an interview down at Flat Out, check out the place. Maybe we'll do like a side episode, something. But if you live in Southern York County, you live in the area, you're close by, check out Flat Out Sim Racing. Get
Yep.
down there and check it out. There's really nothing else in our area like it.
No,
You get
there isn't.
experience iRacing. I can tell you, I haven't driven a race car in Williams Grove. I haven't driven a race car at Lincoln Speedway, but the visuals of what it looks like watching it, if I plop my ass down where I've sat at these racetracks on the cameras and watch a replay, it looks like I'm watching a real race.
Yeah.
I've sat in these racetracks and at Port Royal, go put the camera up in the pit stands and watch. It looks like I'm sitting there watching a race happen.
Yep.
iRacing doesn't screw around. They get it right. It's fun. So go
I
check
would
it out sometime. Check out what they got going on.
I would also say too, if you're somebody that's on the fence about getting into sim racing, go check out Flat Out because you'll be hooked. It's
Yeah.
it's a blast, especially when you have a lot of good friends to run leagues with and stuff. But even the official stuff on iRacing and all the other, there's more than just iRacing, as sims. But that's definitely something to go check out.
And yeah,
So
partner at Williams Grove. It's Flat Out. Flat Out
yes,
Sim
yeah,
Series Victory Lane. They got a Flat Out billboard in turn 2. They're not taking this lightly, right? They're not just out here trying to they're involved in what we're doing as a sport. So
yes.
we got to support those who support racing. Flat Out Sim Racing in Glen Rock is supporting racing. So make sure we give that back.
real quick, taking a look at the World of Outlaws. Sunday, July 27th, David Gravel got the win over at Weed Sport. Then August 1st, Carson Macedo got the win at I-55, and then the Ironman 55 champion was Buddy Kofoid. And now they are rolling into Knoxville this week, starting Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then obviously capping off on Saturday. And then after that, they'll go up to Minnesota, Ogilvie, and Jackson, Mississippi Thunder Speedway, and River Cities in Grand Forks, North Dakota will be up next for the NOS Energy Drink World of Outlaw Sprint Cars. And then High Limit after Knoxville, they'll go to California, where they start off at Thunder Bowl, Placerville, Silver Dollar for the Gold Cup, and then they'll go up northwest. They'll go through Oregon, Skagit, and then they'll come out for Tusky. So it's all, obviously we're looking a couple weeks ahead here, but it's really starting to. This is when it starts to really rapidly. I feel like right around Knoxville or after Knoxville is when it's like, bam, we're at the end of the season already. We're going to be at the final showdown at BAPS, freezing our asses off, in the week before Thanksgiving, like before we know it. So go out and enjoy these races while you can, because it feels like it's here and gone in a blur. Let's
What's
take a
up,
quick
Travis?
look.
Welcome in. Travis Lowe.
What's going
And
on?
Travis Law, by the way. Do you know who Travis is, Jimmy? Do you know who this is?
I know. I've seen him in our comments and everything, yeah. I
He
don't think I ever met
drives
him in person.
He drives a tow truck, push truck, with the white truck with the American flag on it. You see everywhere.
Yeah.
That's Travis.
Oh,
Best
cool.
tow truck, push truck driver in the area. This guy gets on the racetrack. Don't screw around. Cars are gone, man. We don't even know who wrecked half the time. They're off the racetrack. What's up, Travis?
Let's take a quick look at track points. Selinsgrove, Troy Wagaman Jr. still holding on to an 85-point lead over Freddie Raymer. Then it's Lance DeWeese, TJ Stutz, and Brock Zierfoss, a couple hundred points back from him. Still holding it down, but Freddie's making it, gonna make him sweat for it, that's for sure. And then Lincoln, where Troy has a 100-point lead on Freddie Raymer, and then a few hundred points over Matt Campbell, Cameron Smith, Aaron Bollinger for the rest of the top five. So the Troy and Freddie show once again for these two track titles. Right now, Troy is the upper hand, but I mean, we saw what Freddie did at Lincoln. He's been running really strong of late. Troy's been running very, very, very consistent, very, very well. But Freddie's going to make him earn it, that's for sure. And then taking a look at Port Royal, Justin Whittle, 125-point lead over Logan Wagner. And then it's a few hundred points back to Brock Zierfoss, Jeff Halligan, and Michael Walter. Lance DeWeese hasn't shown up there the past few weeks, so he went from tied for the points to out of the picture. But just as Justin Whittle's, I think, to lose. But Logan Wagner, he's been right on his heels the past few weeks. And we know he knows how to win there. But he only has a few more weeks to make up some points here. So let's see what happens. Pretty much you only have August. He only has like 4 or 5 more races, I think. So maybe it's a little bit more than that. Yeah.
What's interesting here with the points battles is the tracks that are running and are not this week.
Yeah.
Right?
Lincoln, yeah.
Go back and look at Lincoln's points.
Yep.
Take a slide back and tell me who's not going to be around. Chase
Won't be there, and Danny, but they're at
Who's
the bottom of the top 10.
Who's not in a points battle?
Yeah.
Look at Williams-Grove. Right? Danny's not. He's in the owner's points title, but Brock, Justin, Brock's going out west, right?
Brock's out there.
Right? So 5th and 6th are gone. Go to Port Royal.
And then obviously Whittle's out there.
Whittle's out there. And they're not racing.
Yeah.
So Lincoln, by racing, none of their points guys are going to really miss out.
Nope.
That wasn't always the case back in the day, right? Fred would travel a little bit. There would be other guys that would travel a little bit. I don't blame them for racing. Nobody's leaving. They're not going to lose anybody.
How many port guys come to Lincoln this weekend to find a port guy? Because
it is time trials.
Yeah.
Jeff Halligan, maybe? Show. So maybe Halligan?
I mean, both Lincoln and Clinton County are both time trial shows, so I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not
It's gonna
many.
be interesting to
There
watch.
won't
Yeah,
be many.
I don't
You
think there'll
maybe
be
see
that many.
Dominic Malaire, maybe Mike
Yeah.
Thompson, right? They've made their occasional trips. Lucas Wolf will be in Knoxville,
Yep.
right? He won't. He's already out there. He's in Iowa. He's not going to come back for a Lincoln time trial show. So, like, you're not going to have a whole lot of the, maybe Doug. I doubt Doug. They'll probably take the week off, but that's about it. There
Yeah.
won't be many.
It won't be, and I think
Yeah, Gerard has made an appearance at Lincoln this year, right? He's made a couple trips down, so maybe, yeah, that might be possible unless he goes to Clinton County.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, with it being a time trial show at Lincoln, you might see some different people from Lincoln go to Clinton County. Maybe. I mean,
Yeah,
who knows? We'll see.
Austin Bishop's made his occasional trip to Lincoln. Now he's usually made it in his own stuff. I don't even know if he has it anymore. Not that he hasn't ran there much, so maybe that's not worth it for him. But like maybe, but
Yeah, but he also
there could be.
he just went to the last Clinton County race too. So
Right. Yeah, Garrett Barr's going to go to Clinton County. Maybe
oh,
Mike
for sure.
Thompson goes to Clinton County. Stutz
Yeah,
probably 11. Well, Stutz went
Stutz went
last
last
summer.
year.
Stutz went to Clinton County,
Yep.
but maybe he's in the 11P, the plank car at Lincoln.
And listen, the thing with
He,
Clinton County too is they got a lot of people from out west to come out too as well. So which will be because they're the only one of the really the only races in town. So I think both see healthy car counts.
shit.
Oh boy, down to the
Box
last
is
one.
empty.
Uh,
Damn it.
so let's take a look here. We'll recap the 360 Nationals real quick. Rico Abreu over Kyle Larson, Parker Price Miller, Ryan Timms, Justin Peck, Carson McCarro, Austin McCarro, Giovanni Scelzi, his debut in the 7BC, James McFadden, and Brian Brown, your top 10 in the 360 Nationals. This was a fight between Rico and Kyle Larson. Parker Price Miller looked very, very good as well. Giovanni Scelzi from 17th to 8th. But this was Rico had an impressive restart where Larson was there. You thought, I think, did he restart the lead on that one? I can't remember, but either way, Rico took care of business and got it done for the 360 Nationals. And then the Cappy Classic last night. What's that? Oh.
Matt said Jay-Z's out, so shared. No, I got one more to finish. It's a raspberry. Last one. Jimmy better be done yapping by then.
And then James McFadden wins the Cappy Classic last night over Dason Pursley, Brian Brown, Rico Abreu, Carson Macedo, Gio Scelzi, Austin McCarroll, Donnie Schatz, Logan Schuhart, and Ryan Timms, your top 10. Dason Pursley, man, what quick time of the night. Got the pole for the feature. Solid second place finish. James McFadden's, man, he's been really fast in that 21T, that Tarleton car. But Dason Pursley really starting to turn some heads lately. I know he's not going to get to my win prediction, but I think he's going to get a win here soon. Maybe not necessarily here at Knoxville, obviously, this week, but he's been really, really strong as of late.
It's like the light bulb. It's like the light bulb went off. Like they flipped the light switch, and all of a sudden, it's like, boom, we figured this out. When I say that with like, yeah, this is the stuff we were expecting with the potential and the things that we saw. Yeah, I'm excited to see what he can do. He's going to be a threat long term. Obviously, there was some patience there. Thankfully, the Book team, the 13 team, allowed some of that grace and patience, and they're on the right track. And Dason, we know, is a talent. He didn't get worse, right? He's a young guy who's only going to get better, and looks like they've turned a corner. And I'm here for it. I'm a fan. I know we all are here.
Any car he's jumped into, midget, wingless sprint car, the Silver Crown car. I mean, he's jumped right in and done really well. He's been pretty good but it's a whole different level here in winged 410 action. But he's starting to come around and he's starting to pick some things up. Yeah, we'll see what happens. So, taking a look at this week, obviously, you have two split qualifying nights between Wednesday and Thursday. The 100 and some car field has been split into two nights. And there'll be, it's all points and everything. So you have those two qualifying nights, Wednesday and Thursday, and then it'll be Hard Knocks on Friday night, where if you are not locked in to the top 20 or I think it's a top 20 or top 20 or top 24 positions in the points. You have to go to Hard Knocks. They got rid of the option where you can throw your points away or you can keep them. But now they don't allow that. So then everybody else will go to Hard Knocks on Friday, and then you have the soup that'll run on Saturday, all leading up to the finale of the Knoxville Nationals. So what I want to know from all of you, and we're gonna give ours. Who are your top 3 favorites? Who's a sleeper? And who would you consider maybe a bust? Someone who maybe people are hyping up, or you feel like people are calling him a favorite, and that you don't think is really gonna be a factor. I'm gonna before you go, Chris gave us his, and he actually matches mine. So his top 3 favorites are the same as mine: Rico Abreu, Kyle Larson, David Gravel. It's really hard to go against those top 3. His sleeper is Anthony Macri, and his bust is Brian Brown. I agree with him on the 3 favorites. My sleeper, I have 2 of them written down. Just because I don't know if you could count Corey Day as a sleeper. Can we? He hasn't really won anything yet. But he did just win at Knoxville not that long ago. We know Corey Day's a name. I kind of put him in that sleeper category. But my other one's Justin Peck. He's been sneaky really good at Knoxville. He was good at the 360 Nationals, but he's been good every time he rolls off in this 410. He's been a top 10 car no matter the competition. He's a guy that, especially the way the format is, you never know. Those are my 2 sleepers. I would go Peck over Day as a sleeper, where Day's more kind of like a guy that could probably slip into like a favorite category. And then my bus, Buddy Kofoid. I don't think he's going to be a factor at all. I think he'll be a top 10 guy. I don't think he's going to factor into the win. And another guy that I had written down was Ryan Timms. I think he's a guy that a lot of people are hyping up to really be a factor, but I just don't think it. Both of those guys, hella talented, really good at Knoxville, really good everywhere. A lot of talent. I just don't know when it's the Nationals. You see these top guys show up. I just don't know if it's their time yet.
As much praise as I gave you earlier for being right, I couldn't disagree more with you than what I wrote down on a whim as you were talking. And I swear to Christ, I swear to God, I didn't write it down as you said it. I wrote it down before you said it. And right here, Rico Larson shot.
Tim's and Buddy
Sleepers are Tim's and Buddy. I swear to God. I swear to Christ, as you said it out loud, my disappointments are Macedo and Sweet. I swear to God, my sleepers, Tim's and Buddy. I couldn't disagree with you anymore. Right. Like, listen, and this is the fun part about this, because it's a hard race to win. It's a hard race to make. It's an even harder race to win. Yeah.
I just want to make this done. I crossed this out. I had Macedo there. I crossed him out for Buddy. Oh, you have Macedo and Sweet as your bus. Okay, so we kind of agree there.
All right. Because I think that those guys I think Sweet, they just had a bunch of changes. Good, bad, or indifferent, their changes going against one of their biggest races of the year. Going into. He talked about it last night, right? Whole new crew, doesn't know them. We weren't as good as we wanted to be in the heat. Like, hopefully we're good. I'm taking my sleeper as Tim's and Buddy, and here's why. Tim's has been really good at Knoxville against Knoxville people.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to put that on display against the best of the best. Buddy, momentum. Just carry it on, my friend. It's another racetrack. It may not be in your wheelhouse, but can you carry it into here? I need to prove Jimmy wrong. My only thing this year is that Buddy Kofoid proves Jimmy wrong. That's it. But here's the one that probably should make more headlines of what I said was my favorites. Rico, Larson, not a shock. Donnie Schatz.
Donnie Shots.
It's Knoxville. It is Schattsville. It is. I don't care what has gone on before, after, during, the future or the past. It does not matter. He gets it figured out. He's good here. He can make a not great car better. He knows what to do. Experience matters here. How many times have we seen a guy without a lot of Knoxville experience go win at Knoxville, go run up front at Knoxville? It's very rare. The cream rises to the top of the Knoxville Nationals.
They do. They
It
do. And
does.
yeah.
I'm putting him in there until I have a reason not to. Sleepers, Tim's and Buddy, my disappointments, Macedo and Shots. I only picked Macedo as a disappointment because I don't like him. So
Macedo and
he's out.
Sweet, not Shots.
Or I'm sorry, Macedo and Sweet.
Yeah. And listen, and this is, if I had to go 4 and 5, McFadden's my number 4. Logan Rumsey.
Yeah.
McFadden has been lights out every race in that car. Sleeper pick.
He's
busts
so
his car
good.
I just, after what he did at Cappy, I don't know if he's necessarily. I don't think anybody's sleeping on him at this point. I think he's one of the top 5 favorites for sure. But yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right. You're kind of splitting hairs there. McFadden's definitely a guy you got to watch. Bus's Carson Macedo, I kind of agree, but I wouldn't be surprised if he runs really well too. Let's go through a couple others here. Of course, EJ is all on the Hot and Shield train.
No. Okay. Jimmy, I want to ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
We have some folks in here in our chat that are super fans of T2T, of drivers. We can name most of everybody in our chat who they're fans of. I need to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Who is a bigger super fan of their favorite driver? Is it EJ or is it Dave Smeltzer?
Oof. Dave, man.
I need a super fan shootout.
Dave sometimes
on the biggest super fan.
If we miss one stat about Chase Dietz, he will let us know. And I appreciate that about Dave. I do. Because Chase Dietz deserves the flowers, man. Ooh, that's a tough one, man. I'm going to give the slight edge to EJ. I'm going to give the slight edge to EJ.
Okay. All right.
Maybe because it's recency bias, but man, he loves himself some Sheldon. Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
What do you think?
Man, I posed the question. I'm the bookie. I'm the line. You get to answer.
Marie Beasley, David Gravel, McFadden looks fast even tonight. Personally, in the Shark team. Guessing those are just
all right. You're on your own for a second. I got to piss out my back door.
Okay.
I can't do this anymore.
Go ahead. Mandy, top 3: Rico, Larson, Gravel. I think that is kind of the consensus top 3 here. Sleeper, Brian Brown, and McFadden, Bust, Macedo. Brian Brown, man, how close has he been to getting one of these 410s, 410 nationals here? I know he's won a 360 national. I just don't. I don't know. There's times where I think, man, Brian just doesn't have the speed as he had in some years past, and then he'll come out and what did he do? He went from like 16th to 1st at Knoxville a couple weeks ago. It's like, oh, there's the speed. We're just, who knows? So I kind of agree with Brian Brown being a sleeper. I think he's going to be a factor. Magby says, I'd like to see top 5: Bill Balog, Anthony Macri, Justin Peck, Logan Schuchart, and Rico. Bill Balog, I just don't know his history at Knoxville to really say, hey, I think he's really going to be a factor. But, man, I would love to see it as well. Tyler Koenig, Outlaw pick, David Gravel, High Limit pick, Gio Scelzi. It's kind of weird to say Gio Scelzi is High Limit now. Knoxville pick, Brian Brown. Posse pick, Danny Dietrich, and Bust, Ryan Timms. Tyler's on the same wavelength as me. I'm with you, buddy. Tyler says, I think you guys forgot about me with Danny and Ashley. We know you're a super fan. Santos.
No. Don't
Good.
you come in here with your Danny and Ashley. That doesn't make you a super fan. That makes you a fan of everyone. Danny, Ashley, any female modified driver in the Northeast. I mean, come on, bro.
Santos.
Just Grandview in general.
Favorite, and I'm guessing this is his order: Gravel, Larson, Rico, Dark Horse, Hot and Shield, Macedo, Brown, Bust, Sweet, and Timms. We know Santos is a big David Gravel guy. We found that one out in our Discord before the show here, where
I liked him.
He opened up some pretty hardcore posse wounds, bringing up when one of the greatest nights of his life was when David Gravel spun Stevie Smith in the National Open.
Wait, Santos?
Santos
is he trolling? Is he trolling with that? Or is that real?
He said top 5 night in his life was when that happened.
You know what? We're not friends anymore. Stevie Smith was my guy growing up. That was my guy growing up. I'm older than you. I'm an old guy at this point. Stevie Smith was my guy. You're happy that happened, Santos?
Yeah.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I told him he started a war. He didn't know. I don't know if he was trolling. I don't know if you were trolling, man. But he was trying to give flowers to David Gravel, which I understand. Ashley Capetta says no, he's serious. I agree. He is serious. What's going on, Ashley?
Hey, have a good time at the beach, by the way. A little jealous. A little bit jealous. Good week to be at the beach.
Santos says, if Borden was still in PA, I'd throw my hat in the ring. I think I could be in that ring with Troy, too.
That's true. That is true.
But yeah, I mean, this is probably the most jacked up I've been for a Knoxville Nationals in a long time. The competition. I mean, we know the comp. Go ahead.
I just watched Anthony Macri sprint down the front stretch at Oski. Hold on a second. I got to see this again.
Oh, yeah.
I had to rewind it.
Race.
Let's watch this foot race.
Macri
look at
went
him.
Fifth
Oh,
he's
digging.
Heat race, by the way.
He's digging. No, did he win?
Lucas Wolf was in that too.
Was that Lucas?
I think.
Who's the other guy? Who's the tall guy?
Like him, kind of.
That's not Lucas.
The other one was Macaro.
And PPM. The big unit. Yeah, he is a big motherfucker, isn't he? Good Lord. I think it was PPM who was the other one.
Oh, is Larson not running? He has a representative for him?
No. Is Owen running for him?
Looks like a crew member for Silva.
Hold up.
Are they
There's no way.
Are they just doing crew members? What are they doing? I have to unmute this.
I don't have audio. If you go ahead and unmute, I want to hear what's going on here.
Corey Day's racing against 2 crew members for Kerry Madsen and Kyle Larson.
What?
That's not fair. And Carson Macedo.
Hendrick will allow him to race a sprint car, but won't allow him to do a sprint? What?
It's not even Carson.
These bunch of bitches. They probably run.
Is that Philip Dietz? Philip Dietz is running for him? So this takes away from it now.
No way.
If you're not gonna let the driver, and look, Corey Day still smokes their ass. Let's go.
What a bunch of bitches, bro.
No, you got to make the drivers do it, man. If the drivers aren't going to do it and you're going to have crew members do it, don't even do this.
That's right. There you go. Drivers always win. Look at this. This guy fucking fell. You unathletic motherfuckers. This is some bullshit. You pussy-ass drivers. You guys.
I could kind of understand Kerry Madsen.
I have no why? What? He shows up knowing this and doesn't want to do it?
I know. You know who would love to be a part of this would be Chris. Just to come in last place. Chris would love to. This is right up at Chris's alley. Logan Rumsey would be. Guys. Hey, we know Logan Rumsey would be good at this.
Logan Rumsey starting on the pole of the Oski, the front row challenge. That's right. Logan Rumsey to the front row of the front row challenge.
I agree, Ashley. It's corny to have the crew do it. I'm 100% with you. All right, here we go. We got Macri, we got Corey Day, we got crew member from
I think
PPM and a crew member from Kerry Madsen.
These bunch of bitches. These sheltered ass, privileged little race car drivers.
Oh, Corey Day. It's not even fair with Corey Day.
No, Macri and Corey Day for the win. These guys are my guys. Let's go, Day. Let's go, Day. I hope he leads every lap and shits on all of you. You bunch of bitches.
Macri will start top 4 though in this deal, so it'll be fun.
I'm
$1,500
DMing all of them. Listen,
$1,500 foot race.
I got a good enough buzz right now. I'm DMing all those drivers who didn't just participate. These guys.
And they still lost to Corey Day, just like they're gonna on the track.
Bunch of bitches.
All these people look at these people on the track. They're everybody's having a good time there. I love it. It looks like such a good time.
There's Alex Brown. What's up? How's it going? What a sunset. Look at that sunset.
All right. So, yes, Knoxville this week. How many? All right, because before we get to drink it, dump it, Tyler brought up his posse pick. 1, who's your posse pick? But 2, how many posse members do you think make the feature?
Oh,
My posse pick is Macri. Macri's been, but Danny's gonna be right there. I think we can see at least 3, 4 if you're gonna count Brent.
I'm not. He's high limit. He's just not. I true posse right now. Posse not on a touring series. There's 2. It's Macri and Danny. That's it.
You think?
Yeah, I do. Listen. Chase is good. He just needs more.
Give me
He
a
has
Lucas
traveled a
Wolf.
bunch.
Give me a Lucas Wolf. Because listen, with the way this point standing is, you sometimes get there's usually 4 or 5 guys that lock in on their qualifying night. They're like, wow, this guy made it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that Lucas Wolf is actually that guy, but I'm saying like a guy that you probably expect to be in the B main locks themselves in. I don't know.
That 8-car invert is tough.
It
Knoxville, right? So, if a guy goes 4th to 1st, and the guy who started 8th only gets to 6th, right? Like,
Yep.
Could it happen? Yeah. I just think it's Danny and Macri.
Okay. I think we
I'm
see
just-
3. I could see Whittle. I could see Lucas for sure. I could see Dietz. Obviously, I mean, I'm just listening to these guys.
I mean, there's scenarios.
I think the best case 3rd car would be Lucas.
Here's where I'm at, right? I don't want to be overly critical, but we're observers. We're watching. Danny and Macri can time and pass cars.
Mm-hmm.
Justin, lack of experience.
Yep.
Chase, lack of experience. Speed, both cars, absolutely.
100%.
Lucas can time. I'm concerned about the racing part.
Sure. I agree.
I just, and this is Knoxville, right? This isn't a local show, time trials, figure it out, like against our own guys. This is against the best in the world. Period. It's Danny Macri. I would love for it to be all of them. My heart of hearts. Listen, I want them all to do it and succeed and figure it out. Chase needs some more time out on the road. He needs more laps these places.
We're forgetting about Brock too. Brock's made of Nationals before. He's not running.
No,
I know. I'm just saying.
I didn't forget.
But
No.
yeah, I mean, at this point, he's not. We'll see.
He's got to do it.
Yes.
Brock has the laps. He's just got to go do it.
He does.
Right?
He absolutely.
You just got to go. You got to go put it on. You got to put the results on the track. This last weekend, hopefully, was a good hey, I got the speed. I'm there. Passed a bunch of cars. But you got to go put it on paper, my guy. You got to go put it on the racetrack.
The Knoxville track this year has been on point. The track prep, from beginning to end, every night that I have watched, beyond everything else, even their weekly stuff, man, it's on point. There's bottom, there's top, there's slider. You'll be able to see this to the point where you'll be able to. I think if they can make that happen every night like they've had, you're gonna see an 8th the first run. You're gonna see a lot of passing in the heat races. So compared to obviously sometimes they've had rain and it's been lockdown heavy and you don't get as much passing. It's that's when people start saying the format sucks. But I think this year will prove if they have good weather, which I think they're supposed to, knock on wood, and they keep prepping the track the way they've been, it's going to prove why this format is awesome. Drink it, dump it. I'm going to go back here because Matt already put his in there. Drinking it to Jimmy for a big thank you for a good time Friday night at Summer Nationals. Cheers, buddy. Having a good time. Also to Williamsgrove for trying their best against Mother Nature that weekend. Also Mother Nature finally being nice the last weekend and having 2 gorgeous nights of racing. Dump it to fuck you, Mother Nature, for during Summer Nationals weekend, and shitty car count at Williamsgrove for their 410 race, which was $10,000 to win, by the way. I agree. We had a great time, Matt. It was awesome. We had a great time. Cheers to you, buddy. Drink it, dump it, put yours in the chat. My drink it. I'll let you go first.
2 weeks worth.
You go first.
Okay.
You go first.
All right. I will. I'm going to drink it to Aunt Bay, my buddy Jim Tenorelli, Kyle Spence, getting their 358 win. Made a lot of friends in that pit area, in that division. A lot of guys I'll stop by every weekend, say, hey, good luck to you. How'd you draw? I would cheer on. There's so many guys in that division that I would cheer on, and that's definitely one of those teams. Pretty cool for them to only be out a couple races and get a win. Kyle did his job. That car was ripping. Aunt Bay. So there wasn't a lot of people in the victory lane, right? It was a pretty low deal victory lane, and Kyle gets out, does his wing dance, jumps down, and it got quiet. And I went, AntBaySetups.com. I yelled it. I'm a photographer. I'm like kind of working, right? Like, I love you, Kyle. Like I'm yelling like the asshole in the crowd. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. So dump it to those or drink it to those guys. Dump it, man. Ooh, let's see. That's a tough one this weekend, man. There was some really cool stuff. I'm gonna dump it to my buddy Kyle Keene. They hurt both motors.
Yeah.
Not able to race this weekend. They're hoping to get to Clinton County next weekend, by the way. Well,
Awesome.
maybe KK,
Let's
Kyle
go.
Keene behind the wheel again. I'll dump it to those guys. Pretty close. We're pretty close with that team and that crowd, but they're hoping to have a power plant back in time to get to Clinton County. But they had to sit out this weekend because they blew up basically 2 motors in 3 weekends. 2 motors in 2 weekends. So that's part of the deal in spring in racing. Really, you can have that happen. So I'll go with those for this week.
Michaela Paulus here says, dump it to Jimmy for not camping at Port this weekend. I am going to drink it to you. She went out for the it was like a world horseshoe championship, and I can't remember. She got 6th or 8th. Please correct
In like
me.
Montana? Is that really
It was in
considered
Utah.
worlds in Montana?
It was in Utah.
Same thing.
She did fantastic though. So drink it to her. Awesome showing. I mean, that's the world tournament there. You know what I mean? That's pretty fantastic just to get out there, but then also place really well. Fantastic. Dump it to I'm gonna go kind of with what other people are saying here. Stuart Friesen, man. What an ugly 8th. Thank you, Michaela. Sorry, Michaela got 8th. So congratulations. Drink it to you. Dump it to Stuart Friesen. That was an ugly, violent wreck. But also drink it to how far safety technology has come. Because I think if that wreck happens 10 years ago, he's not living. I hate to say it that way, but straight up, it was that ugly. So drink it and dump it to him for both. And Randy Kopp kind of pretty much says it here too. Drink it to Stuart Friesen for surviving that wreck. It was horrible. Dump it to all the bad wrecks this season. Steph, drink it to McFadden and the shoey last night. Dump it to Mother Nature. Didn't get a chance to watch anything while on vacation. Damn. Well, at least you got to enjoy vacation, right?
Steph. Listen, Steph, we love you. Dump it to Mother Nature. Didn't get a chance to watch anything while on vacation. Steph, vacation is vacation. It's okay to disconnect. It's okay. I promise you'll get back. You watch T2T tonight, got all the results. Enjoy your vacation, Steph.
Listen, I
I
camped.
hope you did.
I camped in a campground over the weekend. I couldn't get my Starlink to work, and I'm all pissed off. I'm like, damn it, I can't watch. We found a way to watch racing, but I'm like, man, I'm here to relax anyway, so screw it. I kind of watched passingly. It was nice. It was a
Exactly.
nice weekend, nice little decent. We had a really, really nice weekend. Beautiful weather. Um, so yeah. Steph also says, "Wait, drink at the Billy getting third. It was I was finally present when he got a podium." Tyler Koenig, drink at the Danny winning at Sharon. That's a good one. Dump at the Stuart Friesen's wreck in Canada. Speedy recovery, Stewie. Plus Ashley Brick at a camshaft in the heat at Lincoln. Santos, drink it to the Badass Racing at all three tracks this past weekend. Dump it to the Williamson PPM wreck last night at the Cappy. Honorable mention, as always, to the T2T boys. Hope to make y'all proud this upcoming Wednesday. Racing against Jack. Good luck. Go get a
Only if you
podium.
finish second.
Yeah,
Only if you
finish
finish
second to
second,
Jack.
Tone. I'm okay with that.
Mandy, drink it. All the winners in all divisions. Jonathan Preston, that's a good one too, man. First win. Capitani Classic for being amazing, especially the 2-lap shootout to line up the top 8. And seeing McFadden winning the event and doing a shoey dump at Summer Nationals, getting rained out. Low car counts at Selinsgrove. Everyone's tires at Ironman. Garrett Williamson last night at the Capitani. And injured drivers Justin Gratt, Stuart Friesen, and Ian Matson. So thank you guys for putting yours in there. And drink it to all you guys. Thank you for putting up with their week off and showing up. Drink it to y'all coming out to Kings Royal next year. Maybe, EJ. We'll see. We keep saying we're going to try to
Hey,
get out and
Jimmy,
do some more things. Yeah.
is it too early to announce what we got coming up?
No, I don't think it is. I think because actually we probably should start talking about it because we got to do some planning, I think.
Probably. Like, if we're going to do this. So, just real quick, if anybody's still here,
Oh, yeah.
last year, for the first time, we did a live broadcast from the Chili Cook-Off on Saturday morning ish, right? It was a weird weekend because we had the fog out Friday night, so we had to wrap it up kind of early for them to have sort of a mid afternoon race Saturday at Williams Grove, and then we had the National Open Saturday night. This year, we're going to do the Chili Cook-Off again. We're going to be live. That's the morning,
That's the morning.
but we're going to pack up from the Chili Cook-Off and we're going to take our stuff inside Williams Grove to the stage
In the infield, right
right by the
next to the
bridge on the
bridge.
backstretch, in the infield on the backstretch, and we're going to do a live broadcast from when the gates open inside Williams Grove, live T2T, and wherever else it ends up going.
Yes.
Have some drivers, have some whoever else. We're going to be live there as well. So we're going to be
Yeah.
live almost all morning
Yeah, pretty
and
well.
early evening.
Because usually the chili cook-off's from what, like 10, so we'll probably be there for a couple hours and then a
Yeah.
couple hour break and then from like
Right.
4 or
You
5
go at
till
10 a.m., eat
yeah,
chili, go shit your brains out, right? Come back, do some live with some drivers, some interviews. Come on in, check it out. Shout out Williams Grove, Tyler
yeah,
Murray,
that's awesome. Yeah,
the team at Williams Grove for inviting us to that. We're hoping Chris survives. We think he might be there. We're not sure. Last year, he slept under a tent, literally under a tent,
literally under a
woke
tent.
up, put sunglasses on, brought Gatorade and drinks to the chili cook-off and tried to participate. Y'all remember if you were there, but we're going to make that improved. We're better prepared this year, I
Yes.
think, and it'll be our first foray into live show inside Williams Grove National Open weekend, live on. We'll have more details to come. So
Yes.
definitely live on our channels, and whoever else knows. So
Yeah.
we'll prep that as we go. We get past Knoxville here. We get past Tusky. We'll talk more about that. And so shout out Williams Grove for inviting us to
Yeah.
come in and some hopefully something for y'all to some entertainment, meet some drivers, and learn more about some folks.
Yeah, I'm super excited and also nervous about it at the same time. This is a pretty big, I mean, pretty big deal. If anybody's ever watched Beer Hill Gang TV and how they would, they would do some things on the infield and just, that's been a big inspiration for this entire podcast. You know what I mean? They kind of paved the way for what our dumbasses are. So, and doing at Williams Grove and them having them ask us, a huge honor, to be honest. Doing the chili cook-off was awesome last year, but then to be able to do a live show inside the track is exactly what I dreamed this podcast could be. So super, super excited about that. And more details to come.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we're very very amateur, right? We're just a couple guys that figured out how to put this together and have some opinions about it, and hopefully it goes off well for us. And we'd love to have you all come out. I think the idea is about when gates open Saturday night. I think Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
Come over, join, check it out, get there early, do the chili cook off, and come around to the infield. And infield always rules. Beer Hill sucks. Infield rules. Yeah, listen, Mandy, like Lucas Wolf, right? We haven't done it on purpose, but we haven't had Lucas Wolf on, and we've been like on the fringe of like the right opportunity at the right time, and it just hasn't like happened. What?
Are you Russian spy?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know what that means. What do you mean? Explain, Randy. Expound on that. Maybe I am. I'd like to know where you're going with that. But Lucas may be a possibility, right? I know he was present, I think, at the chili cook-off last year. We didn't get him on.
Yeah.
Last year, chili cook-off, we had Justin Peck and our buddy Nasty Nate
Billy
signed
Dietrich.
his underwear.
Yeah. Billy Dietrich was on as
we had
well.
Heather. No, we had Heather.
And Billy. Billy came over, yeah.
Did Billy stop in? Because I thought he said Heather.
Heather first, and then Billy came over and hung out.
And then we had Chris Frank, right?
Yes,
We had Chris
Frank.
Frank on.
Yep.
Nasty Nate had his megaphone behind us. So just great times all around. If you haven't been to the chili cook-off, check that out. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Enjoy some chili, do some voting. There's a kickball game. There's so many things during National Open Weekend. If you can camp out, just come up for the weekend, make it a weekend.
Yeah.
There's plenty to do. There's plenty of downtime. Make it a weekend. But we're going to be live a couple days. Saturday's going to be a long ass day for us. So Jimmy, you're going to have to get some rest. I'm going to make sure Kim puts you to bed early.
I'll be fine.
Okay. Chris, we don't know what he's going to be doing, where he's going to be at. He might be the wild card. He might say 3 words. He might be the host. We don't know.
Yeah.
But we're going to be live all day Saturday. So that's what we
super excited for it. More details to come. We're going to try to get more, we're going to go 100% in on this thing. So, awesome. Thank you guys once again. Knoxville Nationals this week, Clinton County this week, Lincoln this week. Get out to a track if you can. If not, we will see you on Monday. Have a great night.